Danielle Kelly, hailing from the NoGi hub of North New Jersey. Something of a specialist, Chase. This young lady definitely got some credentials when it comes to the NoGi scene.
Yeah, a ton of experience, professional NoGi, Jiu-Jitsu, ADCC trials, veteran, fight to win veteran, great leg lock game and wrestling. Really excited to see what she has to bring to Jessica Khan tonight.
Of Jiu-Jitsu, making her way to the mat tonight's.
Representing Art of Jiu-Jitsu and making her black belt debut here, appeared on our very first Who's Number One event as a brown belt in the gi.
Yeah, one of the hottest prospects out of AOJ. We've been watching her a long time. Cannot wait to see this black belt debut. It's going to be great.
So in the rankings, Khan, number 4, Kelly, number 7. A significant match here to decide where they go. And we're underway here at Who's Number One. Patient start here. That's interesting. I would have expected to see one of these young ladies pull guard immediately, but looks like we could see some top game here. Let's see how things go. So even some stand-up.
Yeah, Danielle Kelly has a lot of wrestling experience, so I think maybe Jessa wants to test herself a little bit, see how that goes. Plenty of time to have a feeling out process and maybe even just warm up a little bit, Hal.
Some head-to-head action here as well. Look at this, hand fighting and a little bit of clinch. I gotta say, I'm already surprised because given watching these competitors in the past, in, as you mentioned, Fight to Win, ADCC trials, you know, we've seen a lot of IBJJF from Jessa. I gotta say, I expected guard play early on, but this is a lot different. This strategy has kind of thrown me for a loop.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't want to enter the guard at Danielle Kelly's pace. You know, if you win a takedown battle, you're in a much better position to maybe force a scramble and get straight to the back instead of having to go through the middle part there of the guard work. But a very cautious opening. Quick double leg attack there from Danielle.
Guillotine attack there from Jessica Khan on the neck. Gets her head out as Danielle Kelly in good posture here.
Yeah.
But that was a significant move. You could see that Khan timed that well. It was almost like she was waiting for the takedown attempt, and she was looking to suck in and get that choke.
May have been an answer to our previous question of why wrestle. Maybe just trying to fake that long enough to get a good entry on a guillotine. But worked out well as Danielle ended up getting the takedown, but Jessa maybe notched a slight submission attempt in her favor as well.
Now, one thing I have to question as well is whether Jessa wanted to play on bottom because, you know, Danielle Kelly, she's got a lot more experience at black belt, of course. This is Jessa's debut, but she's also known for having that leg lock game. Now, Jessa, one of her favorite submissions is actually the toe hold, but she hasn't really had the opportunity to compete in events yet with heel hooks and the like. So maybe just a cautious start. Maybe just looking to get a feel for the match before she starts going for that Berimbolo game that we know her for so well.
Yeah, Jessa was 14-1 as a brown belt, and she only was at that rank for 1 year, and obviously last year had a very different kind of competition schedule than what we're used to. But I'm very excited to see that Guy Mendez and Hafa over there decided to promote her to black belt to not waste any time. You know, get her up to the elite level, get her in front of the big stage, and you know what a great way to test yourself against someone like Danielle Kelly, who's been there and done a lot of things that Jessica Khan's hoping to accomplish as well.
Absolutely. Danielle Kelly actually said that she felt she was a little surprised when she got the invite for Who's Number One. She kind of said that she didn't even think that she was on our radar in that, because, you know, she's been competing in many NoGi events, but, you know, she hasn't quite hit the podium at like any of the majors just yet. But the thing is, you know, her game and her results, they speak for themselves. And if you look at her resume, she actually has some pretty significant wins. You know, you said that she got 2 really solid submission wins at ADCC trials. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, hold on.
Look at this leg lock knee bar
here.
Khan in on a straight knee bar here. This is dangerous. This is locked on, but Kelly manages to just about take the pressure off by turning the knee into this 50-50 position here. Now, not out of danger by any means.
No, that was a significant attack from Khan, and again rolling under, perhaps hunting for a heel here at this point. But she does really have a nice bite now on the heel.
Inside heel hook look attempt here from Jessica Khan. She's got the heel caught.
Kelly looking very calm though. Her face hasn't changed in composure. Seems like she's been here before as she tries to unwind the Jessica Khan's attack here, but Khan is still in a great position.
Slips the knee out of danger, but that is too big leg lock attacks in a very short space of time. You know the judges saw that. The straight knee bar absolutely fully locked on. The heel hook there pretty deep. And yet, like you say, that poker face from Danielle Kelly, it makes you wonder how close the heel hook really was. Was it enough that it was actually had the joint engaged enough to know on?
But in any case, it may have been a surprise leg locks. So that has to put the
there on
pressure on.
guillotine again. In the stand-up, happy to hand fight, happy to clinch, but stand-up sweep single there from Kelly. Now that's the second time she's managed to score a takedown. So you know those again in terms of the criteria and the judges, those add up. Look at this, straight on bar, straight on bar. Very fast attack from Jessica Khan from bottom here. You see the full-on rear naked choke grip from Danielle Kelly. She's looking to hand fight. She's looking to get that arm in and try and separate those legs, but that was quick, man. She hit that angle at a quickness.
Yeah, no, this is a precarious position for both athletes because if Khan gets stacked and maybe get put into a dangerous position to get past, but if Danielle Kelly is not careful here, she can be finished in an instant. So this is really a game of inches, as we said earlier, playing out in front of us now. Khan opts to go back to close guard and try again.
Wow. You cannot blink with Jessica Khan because she is so fast with those submission attacks. The knee bar came out of nowhere so fast. The arm bar came out of nowhere so fast. And Danielle Kelly, she's going to have to be careful where she puts her hands here inside this closed guard.
Yeah, still plenty of time left as well. 9 minutes on the clock. And for the first moment, we're having a brief lull in the action. It's been non-stop in the opening half. And yeah, definitely delivering here.
Yeah, look at Jess's guard. She's actually kind of going for like a body triangle style closed guard here. And that's a double-edged sword, right? Because, of course, it is extremely controlling. It is very difficult for your opponent to get out of that. But at the same time, it limits your mobility. You know, it's not much. Oh, NoGi Ezekiel from bottom. Really mixing up the attacks here. Very unorthodox, very old-school attack here.
Yeah, no reaction from Kelly, though. Didn't seem to have a lot on it. But again, fun to see her mixing up her attacks. And again, when you're stuck in that closed guard with a body triangle, you're kind of at the mercy of them opening that thing. It's very hard to open on your own. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, you may see Kelly try to stand here, but of course, you know, you start extending those limbs and you can already see that Jessica Khan is trying to drag that arm across. She's got the 2-on-1 control, possibly looking for the armbar again. Has to be, I think Kelly's going to have a woods about her because, you know, Khan is a very opportunistic submission sniper, very quick from bottom so far.
Yeah, Kelly getting ready to stand here, maybe put one knee inside. But Khan is very happy to hold close guard, it seems. She must know she's perhaps has a slight edge on the judge's scorecard and is taking her time, which is smart, which is wise. Don't rush things if you're in the lead and really try and grind your way through this, hunting for maybe another guillotine there as well for a moment.
Yeah, just trying to pull that head down and trying to get it off the center. But, you know, there does come a point, doesn't there, when, you know, our referee, Gabriel Martins, he's going to have to look at the bottom person to see whether they are actually trying to attack or whether they're just holding their opponent. Because we want to see action here, right? We want to see submission attacks from bottom. We don't just want to see the bottom person stalling out and holding. But I don't think you can't claim that Jessa has been doing that because she's constantly trying to disrupt the base. Look at that, shooting the legs up high, trying to control the posture, and these add up.
Absolutely, and I think it's actually Kelly that's being a little more conservative smartly. You don't want to have any big movements.
Up, right?
Exactly. As Jessa clearly is not afraid of shooting an attack.
Now this is good. Standing up like this might give her an opportunity to open that closed guard without the danger of the armbar. But, well, what does that mean though? Will we see Jessa switch up the strategy and go for the lower body? She's already hooking the ankle there. You can see going for like the K-guard entry. Again on the leg entry. Will she go for another straight knee bar? Kind of hard to see from this angle. What can you see there, Chase?
This seems to be the idea, but we're out of that position now and hunting perhaps for toe hold. It's our favorite position here.
She's getting that toe to the butt. She's really trying to put the pressure on those ligaments on the outside of the ankle.
It looks like Danielle's knee is almost out the back, though. She may be able to weather this storm. But again, the momentum is all Jessica Khan.
Go back on this straight knee bar for a second there, but man, Kelly, she's got great awareness of these leg attacks, this late submission defense. She's in some perilous positions and yet able to just ride them out and coolly, very calmly escape from those positions. Yeah, Jessica Khan going after that #1 submission. She loves the toe hold.
Now this is where things could get dangerous for Jessica Khan if she gets too comfortable in these leg exchanges and Kelly is able to sit back on her own.
Will she fire back? Exactly.
Will she fire back? But obviously that isn't going to play out as Kelly opts to stand and work for another pass here.
Trying to deal with this very tricky guard here, trying to take away those barriers so that she can initiate a guard pass here. Just doing a good job of removing those obstacles as best she can, but every time she gets one out, there's another one in the way, and Jessica Khan cycling through from De La Riva to reverse De La Riva. And it's no surprise, of course, training with the art of jiu-jitsu, the Mendez brothers, you know, this open guard game, it's 101. Mendez, right? Yeah,
100%. And, you know, Jessica Khan was key to point out in her pre-event interview that while she may be known for her accolades in the gi, they train no-gi over there all the time. She's competed in no-gi and IBJJF style. She's very, very comfortable with all the no-gi techniques, and it's showing here. You know, she's really been basically flawless throughout this match, except for those 2 takedowns. But again, she was hunting for her guillotines then, so.
4.5 minutes remaining in this match so far. Plenty of action. I'm going to say very evenly matched, though. You know, the submission defense from Danielle Kelly has been absolutely top-notch. She's been in some tough positions, so should it go to the judges' scorecards, then, of course, those submission attacks will add up. So you have to think that unless she can do something significant, right, she should get busy and look for some of her own, right? Oh, look at this. She's sucking in that heel hook, an outside heel hook this time, but Kelly looking up to her coach, shaking her head like no big deal. Again, trying to get that leg out, but look at the twist on that hip and the knee. Oof. I don't know if I want to be in that position, Chase.
No, definitely not. And I'm really liking the volume from Jessica Khan. She may know that not every attack is going to be an actual submission, but these are dangerous, and there's a lot of them being racked up. Whereas Danielle Kelly is not really able to get off a serious attack of her own until just now, where she sits back on a heel.
Inside heel hook, but Jessica Khan answered back with another of her own. A leg lock shootout here. Very calmly defended again, but onto the straight angle here. Jessica Khan just going after leg lock attack, and now coming up onto the back from that position, hits the takedown. Nice mat return here, and she's got the seatbelt control, looking to establish position.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place to be if Jessica Khan. 3 minutes left to work, really putting the pressure on.
Very solid side control position here. She's got absolute control of the upper body, deep crossface, shoulder in the face here. Now, that was very smart strategy, Chasing, using that leg lock attack, that baiting it, and then riding out the defense and using the opportunity to expose the back. Very, very smart strategy.
Yeah, it's one of the best case scenarios for a failed leg attack is to get them as they try and flee the submission. And now Jessica Khan, you have to think, is trying to force the back here. Danielle Kelly being wise to that and keeping both of her shoulders flat on the mat. But you have to think mount isn't probably the route that Jessica Khan is going for unless she really feels confident here.
Big pressure. Look at this. Toes on the mat, driving forward. Now trying to slide that knee across. She does have the knee on belly right now, but the low head posture, and they're digging for the far side underhook as well, combining it with the crossface. Danielle Kelly manages to get that right hand back in. Not a very effective frame right now, but still better than having it dangling out there. But look at this, moving across into the mount. I think Jessa heard you, Chase. She's like, watch me.
Maybe she did, yeah. No coaching over here, though. We're just calling the action, and Jessa is in a dominant position here. Hasn't fully committed to dragging that left leg across.
She's still got 2 minutes to work.
Yes.
You know, there's still a lot of time on this clock right here. She's in a very, very strong position and actually transitioning that upper body control now. Looks like she has kind of switched to like a guillotine-style grip from the upper body and settles into the mount. Big move there from Jessica Khan.
Yeah,
a lot of control.
Pay attention here to Danielle Kelly's right arm, which is trapped against her stomach. She's able to get that back as a frame. That would be beneficial, but Jessica could be in a great position to almost go for a gift wrap or take the back if she's not careful here. And I think I see the gift wrap coming in. Looks like I do. And here comes the back.
Beautiful switch there. Look at that. Using that exactly as you described, exactly as you mentioned. The gift wrap dropping off from the mount to the back. Looking to get into a better position. Hard to see here. We've got a little bit of blockage from the referee. But seems that we've got the body triangle in action.
Daniel Kelly doing her very best here to square up, and it looks like she's going to be out of danger.
Wow, that was a great recovery there from Danielle Kelly, getting back into the closed guard. That was a very, very deep position, but my word, what a sequence from Jessica Khan in using that leg attack to the mat return, then getting from the side control through to the mount and then to the back. It's been one-way traffic in this match so far. I am incredibly impressed by Danielle Kelly's defense, but you've got to say it has been non-stop one-way traffic so far as we get into our last 30 seconds. Jessica Khan just really on the attack non-stop.
Yeah, Jessica Khan dominating the pacing here, and like you said, Daniel Kelly's done a great job of always righting the ship, never getting completely out of position and able to recover, but Jessica Khan has just completely dominated the pace of the match.
Last 10 seconds here. Looks like we will have another judges. Oh, but here we see another late possible leg attack, though. Danielle Kelly, a last ditch, trying to throw that foot over the hip.
Stop.
And there is the end of the match. We will go to our second judges' decision of the evening here at Who's Number One. Bring the athletes into the center of the mat, and our referee, Gabriel Martins. It is unanimous. All three judges for the red, Jessica Khan.
And no big surprise.
Ladies and gentlemen,
anyone
your
who
winner
could have seen
in the
that
red
really
corner,
Jessica was able to impose her will,
Jessica
fire off a
Khan.
variety of attacks, including submissions, positional control, takedowns. Basically a showcase match, Hal, for Jessica Khan.
Absolutely, yeah. There was some real highlight-worthy moments in that match there, from the extremely effective leg attacks to the positional control, even the early leg attacks for the wrestling was getting the win here.
I'm competing at black belt, so I just wanted to